This is a case that has captured national attention, and today you're going to witness it as if you're right inside the investigation room as a detective, as we bring you the new surveillance footage clip that will change all you know about this case. I've reviewed every surveillance clip, every timestamp, every digital footprint. By the end, the facts will be undeniable. Tyler Robinson is not the shooter. Let's begin with the first and most explosive piece of evidence. Less than 24 hours after the shooting at Utah Valley University, surveillance footage from a Maverik gas station emerged. Tyler Robinson is on camera performing ordinary, everyday activities. He drives a gray Dodge Challenger, parks, steps out, pumps gas, enters the store, purchases items, and leaves. All calm, deliberate, and unhurried. Think about that. A man allegedly tied to a violent attack, whose car was seen at the scene, is calmly performing mundane public tasks. A real shooter would vanish immediately, hide, and avoid cameras. Yet Robinson does none of these. Where are you watching from? Take note of his posture, the way he moves, the subtle gestures of his hands, the way he interacts with the environment. Comment below with the details you notice. Like, subscribe, and share. These facts must reach everyone following this case. September 10th, 2025. Utah Valley University, Orem, Utah. The day began like any other, but it quickly turned into a case that would grip the nation. Charlie Kirk arrived on campus to deliver a speech. The crowd was buzzing with energy, phones recording, cameras rolling. Students and supporters captured every moment. Suddenly, chaos erupted. A loud, piercing sound shattered the energy. Panic spread through the crowd like wildfire. People screamed, ducked, and rushed for safety. Charlie Kirk was struck. Students and staff rushed to assist. Security personnel cordoned off entrances. Emergency responders arrived within minutes. Every detail documented. Cameras secured, witness statements taken, movements logged. Investigators immediately began piecing together a precise timeline. Who was where? At what time? Which entrances were used? Every frame mattered. Early reports noted a gray Dodge Challenger near the campus just minutes before the shooting. Naturally, Tyler Robinson, who owns a similar vehicle, became a person of interest. Social media speculation exploded. But as we will see, the timeline tells a very different story. Where are you watching from? Imagine the chaos, the confusion, the fear. Comment below what details you notice. Like, subscribe, and share. Your engagement helps reveal the truth. Authorities secured every possible source of evidence. Hallways, entrances, parking lots, nearby streets, surveillance cameras, and surrounding stores. Every frame was logged, timestamped, and stored. Eyewitness accounts were taken with precision. What did each person see? In which direction did they look? Which vehicle did they notice? Among the first pieces of interest was the gray Dodge Challenger seen on campus minutes before the shooting. Every possible lead was tracked. Social media posts, phone pings, digital footprints, all cross-referenced. Investigators noticed inconsistencies between public speculation and verified timestamps. Then, less than 24 hours later, the Maverik gas station footage surfaced. Robinson is seen performing ordinary, calm public activities, pumping gas, walking into the store, making a purchase, and leaving. All calm, deliberate, and unhurried. Think critically about this. Every movement captured, every detail logged, every timestamp verified, all point to a man who is not hiding. Every evidence thread converges. Comment below your thoughts. Like, subscribe, and share. Your input matters. Frame by frame, the Maverik footage is analyzed. The Challenger glides smoothly into the pump lane. Robinson steps out, shoulders relaxed, posture upright. Hands steady as he handles the gas pump. Steps confident, deliberate, measured as he enters the store. Transaction at the counter. Natural, calm, without distraction or hesitation. He walks back, enters the car, and drives away. Visible, unhurried. Our behavioral experts has spoken, and his words add weight to your investigation. In his words, he concluded extreme stress or guilt triggers subtle, involuntary reactions, fidgeting, avoidance, scanning the environment, micro-expressions of fear. Robinson exhibits none of this. Each frame confirms routine, calm behavior, inconsistent with someone fleeing a violent act. Investigators then compare surveillance timelines with phone GPS pings, campus security footage, and witness statements. Every data point reinforces the same conclusion. Robinson could not have been the shooter. His actions contradict the profile of a high-profile violent offender. Where are you watching from? Study every detail. Comment with your observations. Like, subscribe, and share. Every interaction helps illuminate the truth. Investigators meticulously reconstruct every movement leaving home, driving to the Maverik gas station, and every stop along the way. GPS pings, phone logs, and traffic cameras all align perfectly. No anomalies, no deviations. Every movement confirms ordinary behavior, not someone fleeing a violent act. Behavioral experts confirm. Someone accused of a high-profile violent crime would minimize exposure at all costs. Robinson's digital footprint proves he did not. Comment below. Did you notice how every timestamp matches the surveillance footage? Like, subscribe, and share. Following the Maverik gas station footage, investigators intensified efforts to reconstruct every movement of Tyler Robinson after the shooting. They mapped out every street he traveled, every turn, every traffic light, and every stop. Traffic cameras, street cameras, and parking lot surveillance were meticulously cross-referenced with GPS and phone data. Every timestamp was verified multiple times. Even the smallest details mattered. The precise time he opened the car door, the way he handled the gas pump, how he scanned the environment for other people or cameras. Each of these actions was analyzed by behavioral specialists to detect any signs of nervousness, stress, or fear. The conclusion was stark. None existed. Robinson's movements were calm, deliberate, and perfectly ordinary. Investigators also reviewed his phone records and social media activity during the period. No anomalous behavior, no sudden communications, no unexplained locations. Everything aligned with normal daily life. Every digital footprint reinforced the same narrative. Robinson could not have committed the attack. Behavioral profiling experts point out that someone who had just carried out a violent act, especially in a public, high-profile environment, would exhibit hypervigilance, micro-expressions of anxiety, rapid, erratic movements, or avoidance of all public spaces. Robinson displayed none. His calm demeanor in every recorded location contradicted the supposed profile of a shooter. Where are you watching from? Look at the careful, precise analysis. Comment with your observations. Like, subscribe, and share. Each observation from viewers strengthens collective understanding. Next, investigators layered in behavioral and psychological analysis to further understand Robinson's conduct. They compared his actions to established patterns seen in high-profile violent offenders. Experts examined micro-expressions, body language, decision-making, and interactions with others during every available recorded moment. A shooter under stress would constantly scan surroundings, avoid cameras, rush movements, or exhibit subtle signs of guilt or anxiety. Robinson, however, moved with calm, deliberate purpose. From entering the Maverik station to completing a purchase and leaving, every step reflected routine behavior, nothing out of the ordinary. Even more revealing, 36 hours after the shooting, Robinson voluntarily presented himself to authorities. Rather than hide, avoid, or act evasively, he was cooperative, calm, and visible. Behavioral scientists emphasize that such openness is directly inconsistent with someone guilty of a high-profile violent crime. Every detail reinforces the same conclusion. The alleged behavior simply does not match a real perpetrator. This line of analysis, combined with surveillance, GPS, eyewitness statements, and digital data, forms an unbroken chain of evidence pointing to Robinson's innocence. Where are you watching from? Notice every behavioral nuance. Comment with the details that strike you. Like, subscribe, and share. At this stage, all pieces of the investigation converge. Maverik gas station footage, campus and street surveillance, GPS and digital data, eyewitness testimony, and behavioral analysis all point in the same direction. Tyler Robinson did not commit the shooting. Frame by frame, minute by minute, his calm, ordinary behavior contradicts the profile of someone fleeing after a violent act. Every move, every gesture, every timestamp disproves the accusation. The narrative collapses under the weight of the evidence. Now let's consider the broader implications. The public, social media, and media outlets may speculate wildly, but objective, factual analysis, detailed, step-by-step, frame-by-frame, shows the truth. Robinson is innocent. Engage now. Like this video, share to support our unrelenting team making research to ensure the truth surface. Subscribe to follow updates as investigators uncover new evidence. Share with friends, family, and anyone tracking the case. Comment below, where are you watching from? Every engagement helps counter speculation and spread clarity. The final takeaway is clear and undeniable. Tyler Robinson is not the shooter. Timeline, surveillance, behavioral analysis, and verified movements all confirm this. The real shooter remains unidentified, but Robinson is not him. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and continue analyzing evidence critically.